What is up, wrestling friends and family? It is me, JB, and welcome back to Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops. The man sitting next to me, as always, the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, Mr. Chris Dredd, with his cup of Rosie Lee there. Although, is there tea in there or is there something stronger?
No, there's tea, baby. Some nice, strong tea in here for what we're going to chat about. We need the energy.
So how you doing, man?
All right. Fucking recuperating, mate. Getting there.
We're two guys who are on the back, trying to bounce back, aren't we?
We are trying to bounce back. We are Marty Jannetty in 2001. We're trying to bounce back.
Yeah. You'll hear more about Marty Jannetty on a future episode, trust. But today we are talking about AEW, WWE. The landscape is changing. People switching sides. The first one we need to talk about is Jade Cargill. And it's something we spoke about. We spoke about, how AEW could solve the Jade Cargill problem. Little did we know that by solving the problem, they were essentially just not signing her to a new deal and letting WWE take over.
Yeah. Tony Khan has said that he offered her a load of money. She said no. He offered her more money, thought she was going to take it, and then she said no, and then she went. But it's less about, but this is a prime example of how Tony thinks he can just sort of throw money at people and they would just, and he's like, oh, I threw loads of money at her. Why didn't she take my deal? It's because what you're offering isn't what WWE is offering. Nice, man's on the Fantasia, man.
It's a lemon one, and it's been sat in the part of the fridge that's just a little bit too cold.
Oh, the back bit where it gets icicles. That's the best part of the fridge, bruv. Tony Khan thinks he can throw money at people and they're just going to sort of accept whatever deal. But what he's offering it's more than money, what she wants and what she's now got. So, when Jade Cargill was speaking about signing with WWE, she said, the leadership, Paul, Bruce, Dan, and Nick Khan, you can't get any better than that. And I'm the first signing under the TKO umbrella. I mean, there's so many different things. Where else can you get the best quality training? Nowhere else. The Performance Center here is one of one. There's nothing else like it. The machine is behind you, the platform, just the overall history and the legacy. I'm creating a household name. I can go on and on. I mean, why not? The question more so is why not? And that's what she said.
That's massively true. Like the visibility she now has under the WWE/TKO banner is unbelievably massive.
Well, let's hope she comes on leaps and bounds with the training, because we've said maybe it wasn't Jade's fault. We have said on this podcast before that Jade Cargill, she should have been training every day. She should have been in that ring doing bits, yeah? But maybe that wasn't offered to her. Maybe the opportunity wasn't there.
Those squash matches that she was being handed and fed on, Rampage, Dynamite, whatever, the pay-per-view. So 2-3 minute matches, it's not enough.
No, they weren't doing
even Goldberg had to work longer matches eventually.
Yeah, they weren't doing her any favors throwing her squash matches because she wasn't progressing and getting any better. But now with the Performance Center, she's going to get that well-rounded wrestling education from the people that are there, bruv.
She's going to get Disney movies. She is.
Right, but the thing is, though, now, even in a wrestling sense, she's going to have access to Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Jade Cargill now professionally in the ring.
People who are employed to help, not just to be on television.
Yeah, exactly. Or not just employed to be yes men and go, yes, Tony, that's a great idea, Tony. When's my check going to clear, Tony? This is.
I'm sure the checks clear pretty quickly.
I'm sure they do. But it's more than that. She's now whatever money. I mean, she might have even taken a pay cut. I would have thought
a lower downside with the potential of bonuses and
exactly
extra TV and all that stuff.
Exactly, yeah. So she would have taken an initial pay cut, I think, to actually sign with WWE, which goes to show that maybe she is hungry and she does want that more. And she was just sensing that in AEW that weren't going to happen, because we even said ages ago she should have been moved to the main roster. If she was going to get pushed to that upper thing, she should have been moved to the main roster a long time ago. but it never happened.
Well, it's happened. It's happened now. She's, it was reported on ESPN. It's, WWE are treating this like a big deal, as they should.
Yeah. Yeah.
And AEW just does not have that infrastructure.
That's correct. We've said that how many times as well. They just don't have that intellectual property oomph that WWE has got. That even Jade said it. The legacy, the history, the WrestleMania moments. You can't get WrestleMania moments in AEW, bruv. You ain't getting that.
You can get all-in moments or something.
You get me? You can get fucking collision moments, yeah? That's what you're getting, bruv. You're not getting the same sort of, you're not getting that same oomph that you're getting from WWE, and she knows it,
So,
even her boyfriend, or husband or whatever, when she came home, had it all in lights, WWE bound. I fucking love it.
Big.
Everyone knows that's the show, bruv, isn't it? That's the thing. Like, whether these neckbeards sort of want to admit it or not, WWE is the show, fam.
What more can you say? That's it. Like, WWE is the show, and it is the show for people like Jade Cargill who are on their way up, not on their way out.
Yes.
Because, time to turn it around. Going the other way, Adam Copeland decides that he doesn't want to sign a WWE deal. That's fine. He wants to take it maybe a little bit easier.
Yeah, but is he going to be taking it easier? I mean, he was giving people spears on wooden floors with no fuck. You know what I'm saying? I worry what's going to happen to him there. And I'll be honest as well. I do think Edge is shitting on WWE a little bit by moving. To be fair, everyone's like lauding it as something great, but WWE has done him well over the years. And just because they don't want to push a 54-year-old to the main,
is he 54?
How old? Yeah, he's got to be.
Nah,
Edge has got to be,
bruv. Never.
I'm 41, and he's got to be at least 10 years older than me. He's in his 50s. I'm almost certain.
49, it says here.
He's 49. All right,
yeah.
Still 49. I don't know why I thought 54, but 49. He's still, let's say, for argument's sake, he's a 50-year-old man. He's a 50-year-old man with a surgically repaired neck. He came in at the Royal Rumble. Point out as well that when he came back, weren't Christian there as well in that Royal
Christian
Rumble?
Came back at the next Royal Rumble, I think.
Was it the next one?
Yeah.
Right. So, he was there, he was doing bits and bobs, but I mean, WWE they're never going to push that 49-year-old aging star to the main event. He created, the stable that we see now with
Judgment Day, yeah.
Judgment Day and all that. So he helped.
He had some big moments in this run, though, didn't he? He had some big moments, big time moments. He main evented another WrestleMania.
Yeah. They gave him a lot, bro. They gave him a lot, fam. And I feel like he's slyly shitting on him a little bit, sort of thing.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, I think he was more... I think in the media scrum, it was more digging out AEW by saying it was like, going back to the indies.
Yeah, I thought that was quite
funny. That he's going back for obviously a massively inflated wage.
Yeah.
Something that WWE might not have been offering. They probably offered him a good wage, but not.
Not what Tony's offering.
And as you see with almost every wrestler that gets towards the end, they still want to clutch and grip to the spot.
Yeah.
Does a 49-year-old man have any business being in the main event? I mean, there's arguments for and against, but WCW had this problem. WCW had this problem of aging guys who were starting to, hit the slide. And they were politicking and maneuvering their way to stay in that main event position and keep the big money.
Yeah.
Edge has moved for the big money. He's going to go straight into the main event scene. He's not going to be working on, Ring of Honor or anything like that. Like, he wants to work Japan, or so he says. Like, fair enough. Like, get that deal. Go and work with Okada in the Tokyo Dome. Get your 5 stars from Dickhead.
Yeah, Uncle Dave.
But yeah, I'm not sure if it's the right deal, but he's got it. He's there now.
Mate, it's ultimately, I think there's 2 factors of it. There's the factor of money, which is obviously going to come into it, right? Edge has probably got a few bob anyway, okay? He's probably not short of a few quid, yeah?
Yeah.
But it's that the money signs that of basically, I can guarantee you that fucking Christian's been on the blow and said, bruv, if you come here, he's gonna throw so much money at you. You would fucking be stupid not to come here.
Money, creative freedom, because sweet Lord, they're not writing promos for him.
No.
And a main event spot. You're going to be on main event TV, on TNT, on TBS or whatever. The pay-per-views. You might be even getting a bigger slice of merch.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That would always be a sweet kicker for someone if they wanted to move, as if they said, instead of getting the 2, 3, 4% you're getting, we'll give you 9, we'll give you 10. We'll give you more. Like, fuck it. Who knows what he's given him here? He could have thrown the fucking world at him to get that sort of deal done.
Yeah, he probably has. And that's what I'm saying. If he's paying Moxley £6 million, let's be realistic here. Who's the bigger star, John Moxley or Edge?
Edge.
Without a doubt.
There's no question.
No question. So, and Tony Khan has said he will be wrestling full time.
Yeah, a lot of the other stuff we've mentioned is just speculation, but Tony Khan has said that Adam Copeland will be working full time. And I made a comment when it happened, world champion in 3 to 6 months. Of course he will be. He has not come not to be champion, much like CM Punk didn't, much like the others like Jericho, that they don't come to sit and watch and be, a minor player in this or a minor champion. They don't want the TNT title. Christian does for some reason. He's making his waves. He's doing his thing. But I've got something to say about Christian a bit.
I actually prefer Christian to Edge, and I always have done. Yeah, I've always preferred Captain
because he worked TNA. Yeah, because
he worked TNA, and some of his best work was in TNA as well. I won't lie to you. Christian, I've always preferred Christian Cage to Edge. I'm not a huge Edge fan. Give him his props. He's been in the business. He's done whatever. But I've never been a huge Edge fan. But again, it's the switcheroni that we see. It's these AEW fans that were fucking shitting all over Edge in WWE. And then when he switches sides and he signs on to AEW, he's lauded as the greatest signing they could ever make.
Oh, he's something. I think you have to say it quietly, though.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sure. Are we ready?
He's ready. Yeah? Let's do it. Oh, there it is. That word.
Said it.
Oh, gives you shivers, doesn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, and that's something I said. I think I said it to you in a message. Yeah. Tony Khan will have seen the Edge in 2006. That's right, people. 2006.
That's right.
Moved the needle. He became world champion, and the ratings got a bump, a good bump, not a Tony Khan bump, a good bump up. Yeah. They got the bump. They moved the needle up until he lost the world title in like a month later. Tony Khan will have seen that and gone, my God, this man's a needle mover. Doesn't matter what he's done in the time since. Edge shifted the ratings up, and that is what they are hoping, praying, and relying on for this next 4 to 6 weeks, because they don't deal in long term. They never have. And let's be real about it. They've never dealt in long-term booking and long-term like movements. It's all about the short term. It's all about the here and now. It's all about what can we do to get ratings next week? Because next week, AEW Dynamite have moved to Tuesday for one night only, which in turn goes head to head with what they called the third brand, but is NXT. It's a show that is outdrawing Dynamite. AEW have made a mess of this. They're saying, Edge and Luchasaurus, that's the big pull-in for next Tuesday night. WWE have decided to throw a shitload of stuff at this NXT episode. John Cena's in the corner of Carmelo Hayes. Paul Heyman's in the corner of Bron Breakker. You're going to hear from Cody Rhodes with the big announcement. I think it might be the Dusty Classic, the tag team thing. And people are upset. People are upset that WWE have decided to throw a load of stuff onto NXT next Tuesday.
Why the fuck not? Why? Those are war people. Yeah.
Tuesday is technically WWE's night, and AEW moved. So
right.
Thought, fuck you.
They wanted smoke.
We're gonna batter you. Yeah, we're gonna take it to you this time.
Correct.
that's the funny thing about the neckbeard, weird sort of demographic. Everything that AEW does is right, and everything WWE does is wrong. That's fine. But in this case, AEW moving and WWE countering that by, heavy loading it is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
They've invaded Tuesday night here. What did they expect? WWE to go, well, actually, no, let's put on a bad show.
Yeah. And they wanted smoke, and they got it, bruv. The thing
now they've got too much. Yeah,
that's right. The thing with AEW, bruv, they're all about them Macarenas. Yeah, they're all about them one-hit wonders. They're not looking for that sort of continual builds of stuff and getting it up here. They're all about them one-hit wonders. Them Macarenas.
It's not about long term.
Nah, they're always trying to hotshot stuff constantly, and there's only so much jizz in the ball bag. You get me?
We all love the song "Return of the Mac." We don't love it all now, do we?
I mean, it's still a banger, bro.
It was a big hit. It was a big hit for a few weeks.
You lied to me. Come on.
Like, I want to move on to Christian quickly.
Go for it.
I saw a few things about Christian online on the X, of course. That's right. Saying currently the best heel in the business. I don't see it. I think what he's doing is good, but I also am smart enough to realize that what he's doing is very, very cheap.
Of course it is, bruv.
He's relying on the cheapest tactics. He's relying on, going after people's dead parents. Like Big Boss Man did it as well. Like, with the Big Show, it happens. Yeah. It's funny, but it's also, you're also going as low as you can to get a reaction.
It's the low hanging fruit, isn't it?
Very. And this week alone, he's resorting to telling Edge, go fuck yourself. That's fine, but you do realize, like, you can't go much lower than this.
No, once
you've done this, what's next? You're gonna flip your dick out on TV, like
start windmilling it.
Yeah, there's only so many low sort of shots you can keep going. Like, and on the other side, there's someone like Dirty Dom Mysterio, who literally has to say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's getting that sort of heel heat that most heels can only wish for. I think Dirty Dom is probably the best heel in wrestling right now, purely for the fact that he doesn't have to do anything. He's just hated.
I mean, the biggest heel is probably Nick Khan at this point. But it's
well, in some circles, I'm sure. Circles.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, you're spot on the money, bruv. It's the best heels don't have to say anything. They just exude that sort of, you Mr. Perfects and your ravishing Rick Rudes,
Yeah, they didn't have to resort to these sort of, your dad's dead, all that sort of nonsense. Go fuck yourself. What else is he doing? Kicking people in the nuts, probably. I don't know. Like, it's cheap. I thought that, I think Dave Meltzer once said that AEW fans had a higher IQ.
Oh, come on.
And if
you're,
that's high IQ wrestling, is it?
Sports-based product.
Very much so, yes. Very much a sports-based product.
Yeah. But again, like you said, this is not a slant on Christian.
No.
Per se. It's not creative. It's not original. It's not got any longevity to it, really. And I rate Christian. That's what I'm saying. I prefer Christian to Edge. And I like him in his certain parts of his promos, like in the scrum when he's like, when you saw Nick Wayne wrestle, he's like, I've never seen Nick Wayne wrestle. Like, it's just so quick.
Oh, his media scrum back and forth with Brian Alvarez is perfect.
It's great.
Yeah.
Great stuff. I've never seen Nick Wayne wrestle. So his dad wrestle.
You give a good star rating tonight.
Yeah.
And they need those dickheads need tearing down a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm starting to get it a bit more with what people like Dave and Brian have done, and they pushed AEW too hard. They pushed it and they tried to make it seem cool, and try and make it seem this new thing. It's so good, it's amazing, you must watch it. But then you realize that Dave and Brian aren't cool in the slightest.
No.
why the fuck is anyone listening to you? You two ain't cool. You a couple of pricks. Like, you clearly have an agenda here, fellas.
Yeah.
And it's failed. It's failing. That's why, Dave and Tony are going back and forth on X now. Like, the bubble might not have burst, but there's a couple of little holes in there.
Oh yeah,
there's a couple of pricks in there.
Couple of pricks in there. It's again when journalists like that are going into it and not looking at it from a sort of non-biased point of view, you're always going to end up with the situation how we've got now, where they're being found out, and then people, and like you say, they've got the back and forth now. So we all know, yeah, bruv. We all knew Elton John is gay, bro. You don't need to. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to sort of. We know, bro. Yeah, you can't hide that shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
that's fine. Where else can we go from this? I know there was obviously 2 very big shows on this weekend. I haven't really caught up with all of it.
I haven't.
It's a lot of shit going on. Yeah.
Yeah, we've both had a lot of shit going on.
NXT and No Mercy and AEW's Wrestle Dream. What a name for a pay-per-view, Wrestle Dream. When only 3 or 4 matches were actually worth watching or paying for. I mean, not that I paid for it. Everyone knows there's a way to watch wrestling.
Mate, the fact that he was sitting there in the media scrum wearing the red scarf as well.
Yeah, no, I'm not having
it's
boring. Stupid shit.
The guy's a fucking schmuck, fam. Like,
also, the talk of Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. having the best technical wrestling match ever. Like, get off your fucking high horses. It wasn't. It's a good match. Yes, of course it is. It was very technical. It was, but you guys are acting like you've never seen a fucking World of Sport match in your life.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, behave yourselves.
Have you never seen Mal Sanders versus fucking
Steve Gray?
Yeah,
like,
you get what I'm saying? You straight away. We go to the same match. Like, you've never seen Steve Gray versus Mal Sanders. Come on, mate.
It's comical that they've gone this far on it, and this is what this group of fans do. They, every pay-per-view there's a match that's the best ever. Every, oh, you're never going to top this. Last time it was Kenny and fucking Will Ospreay. Before that it was, God knows, it was something else and something else. Like, stop boring me with this. It's boring enough that Zack Sabre Jr. is on my fucking TV screen. The guy is a charisma vacuum, and everyone anyone knows it. But we'll get attacked for it on X because because we say it. The guy is an in-betweener. And those that know, and those that don't, go and watch the fucking in-betweeners and tell me he's not one of them. It's boring. I do not want to see that man on my TV screens cutting any sort of promo. It's bad enough that him and Nigel McGuinness were doing some weird shtick on Collision or Rampage or whatever, about Brian. It's like, even McGuinness was boring me, and I've not really.
And I like Nigel as well. I like Nigel. Yeah. It's didn't he hurt his leg quite badly, Sabre?
I'm not sure if he hurt it, but there was
it looked like he twisted it up,
screw, and like he landed a bit awkwardly. Whether or not that hurt him or not, we've seen even recently, even in football, like, someone got a bit of a knee knock and it looked really bad, but he was up and running again like within minutes. So
Madison,
yeah,
it looked fucking. Mate, I was shitting my pants, bruv.
It looked bad.
It looked pretty bad.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah. I mean, athletes are pretty resilient guys, but it's funny because we're seeing now in Impact Wrestling we've got Will Ospreay versus Josh Alexander coming up.
Could be good.
And Will Ospreay's been on Impact Wrestling, so did he sign with AEW or not? What?
No, he has. There's been no sign of a signing yet for anyone. Like, we know his New Japan deal is up. It is up very soon. Who's going to get in there? Who knows? It could be. I'm sure WWE will float an offer. Whether or not it's good enough or not is another thing.
I mean, if you're Will Ospreay, whatever, if you've got to be looking at this point in your career to level up, really. And if WWE offer you something, surely you would look at it and go,
I mean, it would be funny seeing him use AEW as a shop window.
oh, beautiful,
Be very smart if that's what he was doing.
But isn't B. Presley over there?
Yeah, they're not together anymore.
Are they not?
No, that's no longer a thing.
Is that old news?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if he was using AEW as a shop window for WWE to get their eyes on it, then it's smart.
Of course it is,
again, it's be down to the money, I'm sure.
Yeah, but you've got to look long term. You can't be short sighted. You can't be like, oh, okay, they're offering me this much money, WWE offer me a bit less. But look at the visibility and the opportunities that are going to be afforded to you in WWE for future progression of your career. You made it to the big time. If you go to WWE, you can say, I worked in WWE. That has got to be the focus and the aim for someone at that point in their career who's been in Japan, done everything they can. You can't tell me Will Ospreay's got anything more he can do in Japan.
No, you're probably right. There's probably nothing else to do.
There's nothing else for him to do in Japan. There's nothing else for him really to do in AEW. Not really.
Yeah, he started at the top, didn't he? He did.
Do you get what I'm saying? There's nothing really more for him to do there. So, and he's wrestling in Impact Wrestling, having great matches with people. So now he's got to be looking to, right, what can I polish my career off with? He's got to be looking at that. I don't know if he likes living in America. I don't know if that was something that is a reason why he's not sort of looked at it long term. Maybe he doesn't like that. Maybe he likes living in the UK, going backwards and forwards to Japan.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he doesn't want to live in America, but you've got to look at it from the point of view of what else can you do? He's got to be looking to, right, this could finish my career off, mate. This is how I want my career to be seen. I want people to know that I've done everything I can everywhere I can, and I finished off in the place to be. WWE. That would be the aim for me if I was him.
Well, it certainly seems like it's the place to be. It's the biggest show in town. Still, there is no. I mean, I'm sure someone will dispute that if we put that online.
Of course.
Yeah, that's
got to be the tagline to this tweet when you put this out and we post this video. It's got to be WWE is the place to be. Change my mind. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that will trigger some people, but it's the facts. It's the facts. It's the place to be. The infrastructure, the way they go about things, the way they build people up, the people they've got behind the scenes, the people working on the matches and all this kind of thing, the promotional thing, the fact that they're in TKO now, this sort of merger. I mean, it's the place to be, mate.
Well, there you go. Is there anything else we need to bring up?
Don't know, mate. I think, to be honest with you, it's a lot of the stuff that's been going on recently is sort of we've sort of covered it. I mean, what else can we talk about apart, Kenny Omega caught filming the Don Callis fucking promo, and people are surprised that shock horror.
The wrestling's a work.
Yeah, that wrestling's a work.
Wow.
No. It's
Leave
fucking
that one
incredible,
where it is.
mate.
Yeah.
Non wrestling related. I'm sick of hearing Liverpool fans moaning. Fucking hell! Can we turn it in?
Well, from a replay, then, isn't it?
Bro, fuck the replay. Fuck the Liverpool. Yeah. Oh, mate, I've never known. I'm sorry. Okay. How many times have in any football game has decisions gone the wrong way? Sometimes really blatant. I know we're talking about VAR or whatever, but sometimes you literally go, is this referee fucking blind? We've all had goals disallowed. We've all had dodgy offside decisions. We've had it all, mate, right? Turn it in, bro.
I'll just say that one time in, I think it was like 98, Arsenal did offer Sheffield United a replay after a dodgy goal, and they did take it.
I remember that. It was when something happened. I was talking about, shout out to my boy John, yeah? We were talking about this the other day. When basically someone was injured and Sheffield United kicked it out. And you then took the throw on, threw it to one of your players, and you ended up scoring. You offered them a rematch. But the fact is, if you want to look at the stats for the Liverpool match, right? We made over double the amount of passes they made. They made like 320 odd passes. We made 600.
Can't win a game on stats, bro.
No, but I'm just saying we were all over him, right? If they really think they were that hard done by, I think in a replay we would.
Of course, you're all over him. It was 12 against 9 by the end.
I mean, but exactly. So this is why they're bitching. I'm sick of hearing Liverpool fans bitching. Shut up, bro. Yeah, calm down, right? You know, so that's one thing as well. Just done my head in this week, right? Like, come on, bro. There's 2 teams in London that are both still unbeaten.
Just happened to be ours, yeah.
It just happened to be our 2 teams, yeah. So let's just fucking enjoy that and soak that in for a minute. Great North London derby it was as well. Am I lying?
It was good. I mean, the wrong result, but it was good.
It was good, bro. You fucking Mark. But yeah,
Was there any dodgy decisions? Do we need a replay?
Maybe. I'd much rather give you boys a replay just for the fuck of it, just to stick 2 fingers up at the Scousers, because that was funny as fuck. I'm loving the banter online.
It's tragic, isn't it?
Fucking tragic. But yeah, I mean that's a little bit of football banter there for you. But you know, back to the wrestling. I think we've pretty much covered it all, mate. To be honest, I mean, a lot of chit chat about Edge and Jade Cargill has pretty much been the conversation. I'm interested to see. This is the thing. We predicted and we've said that with more training, Jade Cargill, and with better opponents, she can really come into her own.
Yeah.
And we said that in WWE, they've been making her hit that performance center. And what is the first thing we saw of Jade Cargill in WWE? Her walking up to the performance center.
Into the PC, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like they're just going to push her straight into that. They're like, no, love. You got to come on. We've got to iron out these creases and these bad habits you've maybe picked up because you've not, like I say, I sort of, in a way, I blamed her. And we said, look, she should be in there doing this, that, and the other. But if you're not given the opportunity to go and train somewhere with people that are training you well, and you're not given that ring training time, then it's not really your fault. But like she's even stated in stuff that she said, now this performance center is one of one. There's nothing else like it. So it must mean that she's spending a bit of time there and they're trying to sort of crisp her up, which is great. Fucking, She looks $1 million, bro. The only thing that was letting her down was sometimes the quality of her matches, which was often the fault of the quality of her opponents matched with her sort of greenness.
You're just waiting for that, Jade Cargill and Nikita Lyons tag team, right?
Mate, why are you doing me like that, son? I mean, yes, fam, yes. I am waiting for that moment. Oh, mate, don't.
Yeah. Right. Let's think about wrapping this, but before we do, we need to thank Surfshark for sponsoring this episode, of course.
Again, yeah.
Surfshark VPN, 83% off and 3 free months.
Correct.
If you use our link in the descriptions, whether you're listening or watching, the code is GRAPPLE. Can't get it wrong.
Can't.
Right. So please use that if you are looking to get your VPN sorted for whatever reason, whatever you are doing, whether it's good or bad.
That's right. Whether you want to be sitting in an airport, want to be protected, whether you're on holiday somewhere and you want to watch your good old British TV shows and you can't get on More 4 or ITV player, then you can always just pretend you're in Bognor Regis. Whether you're in America and you want to watch British stuff, you can also pretend you're in Bognor Regis. So there's a lot of good shit that comes with Surfshark. So you're getting your virus protection, you're getting your VPN, you can have it on multiple devices. And with our fantastic deal, you're getting 83% off and 3 free months. Go to the link in the description, use the code GRAPPLE, and you will get that straight away.
Perfectly said. So with that, we say for now, if you are listening, of course, give us a 5-star review. I just saw one come up the other day. Really grateful for those.
Fantastic.
If you are watching, hit the subscribe button. It's right there underneath. Can't miss that as well. Obviously, we appreciate every single one of these people that are already subscribed, already listening, already commenting. What more can we say? Yeah, there we go. So, from me, JB, the man sitting next to me, the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, the Raz Prince of wrestling podcasts.
Don't touch that gold.
Mr. Chris Jed, we say take care. We will see you soon.